Hey guys! So I know that there's kind of like a makeup video famine going on my channel right now, and I will get around to makeup videos sometime. Sometime soon. Today, I've been wanting to do a vlog for a while. Friday was interesting for me, and it might not be that interesting for you guys, but I need to talk it out. Okay, so Friday, I was charged with a big responsibility. Like, I had to sit at a desk next to a door and wait for FedEx until the FedEx came. And that was like all I could do. Like, I couldn't leave, like nobody else was around to, sign for the package, which was really important. And so it was me. So, of course, I get on YouTube, right? Because I'm just sitting there. So, I'm on YouTube and I'm watching everyone's videos. And Petrie Lude posted a ventriloquist dummy look. So, I watched his look. It's pretty awesome. And then I kept on like clicking back to the main page to watch new videos, and the entire time the little video right here, like I guess it's like the featured video or whatever, it's the Saw 5. And I've never watched any of the Saw movies. And I don't know. I mean, I guess cuz it's like Halloween and oh, this is a side note, but someone on my trick or treat videos said that I pronounce Halloween funny, and now every single time I say it, I'm self-conscious. But that's not the point. So, I have never watched any of the Saw movies, and because I like ghost stories, and that's what I want to talk about right now, but I don't like just gory, I'm not squeamish at all, so if it's just going to be like blood and guts, it's like not really that big of a deal for me. So, anyways, I've never watched any of the Saw movies, and I was just bored, I guess, and so I clicked on the featured Saw movie, and it turns out it wasn't really a preview of Saw 5. It was more, um, there were clips, but it was more of like a behind the scenes, or what it was is the main actor, he was kind of talking about it, and he said that if you've been watching Saw from the beginning, if you've watched Saw 1 through Saw 5 now that it's out, that you should start to be putting pieces together. And that made me think. I was like, maybe I should give these Saw movies a chance. Now, if for those of you that have watched them, let me know, is it just gore for the sake of gore, or is there actually an underlying story? Because that's the whole reason I've stayed away from them, is because I don't want to just, watch people get killed for no reason. That sounds weird. Anyways, I'm like, wow, that's kind of interesting. So what I do is I watched the featured video, and I got kind of curious about the other Saw movies. So I went over to the Lionsgate YouTube page, and with the intention of watching the other Saw previews from Saw 1 through 4, and except hold. I don't know what I was saying. I the last thing I remember. Okay, so I went over to Lionsgate YouTube page. I've got like I'm just ridiculous. I went over to their page, and in my mind, I was gonna watch previews for Saw 1 through 4 to see if I could get a better picture of what the puzzle was and the pieces that people were gonna have to put together. And I didn't make it that far because I got to the Lionsgate page, and one of the previews there is for a movie called A Haunting in Connecticut, and there's this show on Discovery that does eyewitness, kind of dealing with hauntings, and I was like, that sounds familiar. So I watched the preview, and here's the thing with me, is that usually if the TV is on, it's usually background noise. So I do remember bits and pieces of this Haunting in Connecticut story, but I haven't ever watched the whole thing. So I kind of scrolled down through the comments, and, sure enough, people were like, oh yeah, I saw this on the Discovery Channel. And I was thinking, well, that's interesting, because I wonder what made this story major motion picture worthy rather than any of the other haunting stories. So I'm still sitting waiting for the FedEx. I decided to look it up on YouTube. And so I looked it up and I clicked on the first one and I watch it. And I'm like kind of doing things, so it's kind of just on in the background. I am paying attention. And it ends. And so I go to the little side where it says, you know, all the related videos, blah, all the related videos. And I go to, you know, I'm looking for part 2, and I see it's part 2 of 9. There's 9 pieces to the story. And I was under the impression that a haunting was like 30 minutes long because I never pay attention. Oh no, it's an hour long, but there's 9 pieces. This is like an extra long episode. So I click on 2, part 2, and I start watching, and all of a sudden, into my little bird brain pops in this story. A long time ago, maybe not a long time ago, but a while ago, the real world was in Key West, Florida. And I don't know if one of the cast members said something, or I don't remember. But I do remember, this has nothing to do with anything, you guys, this story about a doll in Key West, and his name is Robert the Doll. And he is like, there's this ghost story, kind of like creepiness associated with him. And so I pause the movie that I'm watching, and I do a Google search for Robert the Doll. And lo and behold, there's like tons of information. There's even YouTube videos about him. So anyways, do you guys see the circle that I made? I started off watching doll videos. I watched Petrie Lou's video. I watched The Saw, which is like a ventriloquist dummy kind of thing. And then I ended up back. It's like the circle of life, kind of. Not really at all, but you know, whatever. So I start watching Robert the Doll and reading the stories. Okay, so Halloween is this Friday. Today's Monday. So in a few days. And I'm all for, you know, the ghost stories and everything else. And so if you guys want to hear a creepy ghost, like, weird thing, Google Robert the Doll or YouTube Robert the Doll, because there's Travel Channel did a little thing about him, and it's creepy. And so I'm sitting there, and it's the middle of the day, people. Like, I'm ridiculous. And I keep on hearing, like, little, like, noises and stuff behind me, and I'm, like, peering over my shoulder because I mean, what did I think? That Robert the Doll had made the trek all the way from Key West over here, you know, to come and terrorize me or something? I'm not really sure. But I was scared. And I am easily spooked, so if you're kind of like a skeptic, or it takes a little bit more to scare you, you might not think this is creepy. But in the videos that I did watch, some people were saying how Robert the Doll is kind of like the starting off point for the Chucky movies. And then other people were like, no, he's not, and blah, blah, blah. But it's a cool ghost story. And I don't know, I might have to put Key West, like, on my list of places to go before I kick the bucket to go see this doll in the museum. Alright, you guys. I know that this wasn't a makeup video and I'm all over the place, but I just had to talk about it in the whole Halloween spirit. Do I say Halloween funny? I don't know. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I'm back. I forgot to say that if any of you guys have heard the story of Robert the Doll, or if any of you guys have actually been to the museum where Robert the Doll is, leave me a comment, send me a little video response, like tell me if it was creepy or if it's just kind of like, you know, a lot of hype over nothing. And that's it for reals this time. Bye guys.